All right. Hey, you there? Welcome back to the channel. We're going to be discussing this trade that I took on natural gas this morning. And we're just going to talk about the psychology I had behind this trade. I made about 400 bucks on this trade. And then we'll just go ahead and talk about, kind of what I was looking at. So we're going to dive right in. Here's my nat gas chart here. And as you can see, we are kind of in a up and down range, right? No big deal. Okay. So when I look at this chart, what I see, um, for the last few weeks is mostly a downtrend. Then we have a little bit of a correction due to the fact that the downtrend was a lot faster and then the uptrend is a lot slower. We can also see that we swept out some of these highs here. Okay. Um, Okay, so we swept out some of these highs in this area and we overtook some of these highs, right? So what I notice about natural gas is that once it takes a high or a low, um, it it eventually, if it fails like this, it wants to go the opposite way, for a decent amount of time, right? Regardless, basically regardless of trend, right? So you can have an uptrend, you sweep a low, and it fails, it's probably gonna go the opposite way, right? Um, so this didn't take out a low or anything. You swept the high that didn't fail, that closed above, right? Um, you didn't take out lows here, right? But you just rebounded. But what you notice is we swept out this high right here, these highs right here. We were able to sweep these out with this, and then basically we went the other way and we bounced back up. Now, the unique thing about this is that we failed to take these highs, right? Um, but we continued to go lower. So we failed to take these highs and then we broke lower. So that's a confirmation to me that we're now starting a downtrend of some sort. So when I came in this morning, let's go ahead and just put the replay on so you guys can see what my thought process was. Um, so when we came in this morning, right? I woke up pretty early and I see, what do we see? We see we had a failure to break this high, and then we had a newer low. So that's just significance to show me, okay, we're going in a downtrend. And then we also have this area right here. Um, this area right here that was a significant level that was holding. We finally broke through that level. We revisited that level, right? We came up, we failed. We did not create a new low. Okay. So we haven't created a new low, but we did hit the significant level and we were able to have some failure off of those levels, right? So we did hit this new level and we had a failure, right? So I was watching for this level. I seen this level get hit, and then also we took this high right there. We took that high, and then what happened? We failed. Not only did we fail that high, but once we failed that high, we engulfed right here. We had this one candle engulf these candles and close strongly below it. So at this point in time, it's about 6 o'clock. When I woke up about 5:45, something like that, I'm seeing this and I'm saying, okay, this looks great, right? So once this hour chart closed, I was able to jump into my I was able to go verify with my 15-minute chart. Okay, this looks good, right? This 15-minute engulfed. Then it engulfed again. So now you got, it took this low out, right? So, and it closing below this low. So, okay, that's really good. Then you go jump over here to your 5 minute, which we're going to make our entries off of, right? So everything's lined up. 5 minute pulling straight down, took out this low. So now all I'm waiting for is a reverse. So if you look over here, this is the 1 hour. This is your 1 hour. So we're gonna start a new 1 hour here. So a new 1 hour chart. So I would like to respect 50% of this candle. If we can respect under here, we should be good. So 50% of this candle would be, somewhere in this level underneath. What is this underneath? This moving average. So I'm happy with that. So now we start to see this come back up to where it broke down, and we're starting to see signs of weakness. Okay, so we play it. Okay, cool. So now when I see this, right? Now when I see that, and I'm seeing this hour start to get a little bit straggly at the same time. Okay, cool. I see a failure right into the zone that I wanted to see it at. Still under 50% of this candle. And you can even do something like this if you wanted to do 50% of just like this, the actual candle, and it's right there. And say forget the wicks and don't put the wicks in, but you could do 50% of this actual candle. And guess what? It went right to 50%, right, of that 1 hour candle. So this is an area that you would be interested to buy. Now, the safer option is to wait until this forms an actual high. So wait for this candle to close, then take an entry. I took a more aggressive approach because I seen, the previous candles moving how they were. So I was assuming, okay, I don't think we're gonna get any retraction above this 50% and actually get a close, right? So you could have just put your stop somewhere around these areas, um, and just had like a decent stop. But put your stop, a close. If a candle would close above this 50% line, you could have put your stop. So the safest option is to wait. But I took the more aggressive approach and I took 2 shares. Okay. So I actually I sold, I think, 2 right here. Then I put my stop somewhere right here. I think my stop was actually 180, so I probably got a little bit of worse price. Um, but again, I could have waited for this candle to close. And then so now that candle closed, so I could have waited on this and say, you know what, I'm gonna just go ahead and grab this and give my stop because now I have a high, right? Or I could have waited for a CISD to be more confident and more comfortable. So my stop is there. My take profit ultimately is here, right? So this is where I want my take profit at, right? Um, this is what I want. But we have some low hanging fruit right here. You can grab this. But I did something a little bit more unique. So as this time goes on and this trade is on, right? I ended up going, okay? So I ended up going, okay? So I'm like, okay, we winning. Looking good, right? So let me jump to the 1 minute so you can see where I actually got out at. And so now I see this. I'm like, okay, I could take 200 bucks on this. Let me just take out half. Why did I take out half and I didn't hit one? It's because I wanted to button up some profit. Because even if, let's just say, I got out right here for 200 bucks, I buy one back for 200 bucks. I close a little bit, even though the low hanging fruit is right here, and I could have put my first target right here. If I close this trade at 200 bucks, this is still more than my stop loss. My stop loss is like 180, right? So if I close half at 200, I'm guaranteed to win regardless. Now I got 20 bucks if it goes all the way back and reverses. Then if I could try to trade again, I could try it again with less risk. So I took one off about here, and then I waited, right? So let me just go down and show you where I went. So remember my target is here, really. It takes them out early. Okay? And then so boom. My target is down here still. So then once that happened, I move my stop. Right? I move my stop to, I think it was right here or something like this. I moved my trail down, right? Yeah, I think I moved my trail something like this, right? So move my trail. We hit the low hanging fruit. I'm expecting a bounce, but I'm just expecting a gap fill and a pull down because we got a gap. So if you look at this 5 minute, right, it'll show you that I moved my stop down. Now I could have waited and try to get my target all the way out, right? And just have my target here and here, or here, here, and here, whatever the case. But I wanted to button up some profit. It's my first trade in the morning. I want to take some profit, right? So now we continue, and you can see I got stopped out. I got stopped out uh, on a re push up right there. So that's why I got stopped right here. That's why I got trailed out. Which is fine. And then guess what? If you keep going here, if you go back to the 5 minute chart and look at this, we could press, here's my target. If you'd have waited some more minutes, here's my target. Now, you're probably like, why didn't you hold your trade? Well, I didn't hold the trade for a number of reasons. You see this gray bar that's popping up right here? That's the opening range, 7 to 7:30 for me, 8:30 for other people. I don't like having a trade in opening range because of the fact that it will do stuff like this, right? So I knew that coming up. So another reason why I took profit is because I know I was on a time scale, right? And I know stuff like this in the opening range, it can pop up and go and do a reversal off the opening range. So I did not want to no longer be in a trade holding risk that I didn't have to when I was already up $400. So that's it for that trade. That's the probably the only trade I'm probably gonna take today, unless I see another great opportunity. But let me know what y'all think down in the comment section below. If you have any questions, please comment, and I'll try to get back with you. Appreciate it. Peace. See you on the next one.